Was cracking, everybody. Last game of the season, man. Uh, fuck, man. It was a quick season. I don't know if it was for you guys as well, but the season just rolled by so quick. It seems like it takes forever for the season to start, and when it starts, it just goes by so quick. But I think it just happens like that because they only play once a week, and but I don't know. Just wanted to come up here, chop it up with y'all, and no, the Seattle Seahawks are the Seattle Seahawks are at the playoffs. They're out, but I think we can definitely get this win today. Honestly, I don't care if we win or lose because it doesn't affect our draft spot at all. So, but yeah. If anybody can hear me, just give me a thumbs up or something because I was having audio issues in Billy's last night, so just kind of wanted to pop through and shit. But yeah, man, it's just kind of sad, man, to be honest with y'all. Oh man. Yo. Trying to get some music in here. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But anyways, man, it's a sad day, man, to be honest with you, because we don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know what's gonna happen with not Russell Wilson, excuse me, with Tyler Lockett. We don't know if this is gonna be his last game at all. But it just seems like it's heading that way, and it's sad, man. You know what I mean? Like, you look up to a player. Hey, Cartman, what's up, man? I don't know. That's a hard one. Yeah, and I feel that, but you got so many great NFC teams right now. I mean, you guys can make some noise, but I think you guys will play like the Vikings or some shit like that, depending on the game today between the Lions and Vikings. Because I think you guys are the lower seed. No, wait. You do have home field advantage, so you do got one game at home. But I don't know, man. I don't. You're a tough team. It's always been a tough team to play you guys. The Rams, they've always given us trouble. And I don't know, man. It just kind of sucks, man. But there was definitely some games that we shouldn't have lost this year, and the Rams is one of them. But hey, you know. But I don't know. Like I said, man, I don't know if this is going to be Tyler Lockett's last game or even DK. A lot of people want to get rid of DK, and honestly, I don't. But at the same time, why keep him around when we can't even focus on the offensive line and get him the ball? You know what I mean? Like, in a sense, like he's wasting his career here in a sense. Or is he really taking the double off the so Jackson Smith and the jig bucket is getting all those plays? I don't know. But yeah, the Giants game too, man. Like, I feel like that Giants game, man, really fucking killed our momentum. You know, we had a 3-game win streaks, and yeah, against really poor teams, but at the end of the day, it's hard to win games in the NFL. It's very hard, and but it's so easy to lose your games too. But I don't know. We shall see. But I don't know. Is it Tyler Lockett's last game? That's what I'm really focusing on, man. Because I love Tyler Lockett, man. I think he's a great dude. Uh, could he retire, or could the Seahawks just say, "Man, I think it's time"? And we're gonna get the option if you want to retire or do you want to continue playing. We'll release you at this point. And I love Tyler Lockett, but he's definitely fell off this season a lot. And I think we're paying him like $25 million a year. And at that point, like, I think it's time to move on. And it happens like when you're in your 30s and shit, things are not the same as they once were when we were like 21, 22. And Tyler Lockett was a dope ass receiver for the Seattle Seahawks, man. I think he was smart. Everybody gave him shit. Oh, he's not so tough at all because right when he catches it, he falls down. That's smart. And that says he's such a small dude, like, fall down. I agree. But obviously when he was younger, dude was wild out there, man. It was wild out there, but I don't know. It is Gino's last game. And if it's Gino's last game, hey, man, thanks a lot, but no thanks. You know what I mean? It's kind of one of those sense. Listen, man, Gino got the bag, and I'm happy for him. But I think it's definitely time to move on. And if I know the way John Snyder's thinking, I can typically tell he's gonna try to bring like him back or a veteran. But I don't know, man. I definitely think like if John Snyder does not figure out what if we don't have a winning season next season or into the playoffs, I think he's definitely in the hot seat, or could he be in the hot seat now? But another thing is Ernest Jones' last game too, because they couldn't work out a deal to extend him, so now he's hitting the free agency market. But that's a good thing because maybe what they were going to offer him wasn't going to be the same that other teams will be offering him, so we could get a better deal out that. But at the same time, he could just be like, oh, you know what? I want to go this team because they said they could do this and that for me. But yeah, man, I can't wait, man. We'll put the NFC South and the AFC South. But like, we gotta fix some offensive lines issues, man. Like, I know we're drafting at number 18, but I think we really should focus on tackles and left guard centers or whatever. And there's not a lot of the centers coming out of this draft. I like the dude out of LSU, Will Campbell, if that's his name. I love the shit out of Will. I think he could be a great asset to this team. But like, I'm tired of drafting all these fucking offensive linemen in the 5th and 6th, 7th round and think we could just get by like that. No, it doesn't work like that. Like, much as a defensive coach Mike McDonald is like, we got to focus on the other side of the ball too. And that's what happens with defensive coaches. But I don't know. Steelers are not looking good either, man, at all. They've lost their last 4 or 5 or whatever. Damn, dude. And I was watching them last night. I'm like, damn, man, what the fuck is going on with the Steelers, man? They had all this chemistry and they just can't seem to fucking close the close games. Russell Wilson was phenomenal at that in Seattle. When it came to close games, that was dope, you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. But there was talks about Sam Howell playing in this game. Like, dude, it's like fucking night and day between him and Geno Smith. Geno Smith's bad, but he's not Sam Darnold bad. I get it, you need times with the ones and shit like that, but bro, Sam Howell did not look great at all. But it's time to draft a quarterback. I am tired of this shit, man. Like the last time we drafted a quarterback was Alex Magoo. That was his last name, Magoo. And before that, you know what the last time we drafted a quarterback? Anyone guess? Russell Wilson. The time before that, fuck, Seneca Wallace. Holy moly, dude. I'm really thinking about this shit, man. Like, we haven't not drafted a lot of quarterbacks at all. Alex Magoo, Russell Wilson, and Seneca Wallace. Bro, that's embarrassing, dude. Okay, since 2004, the Seahawks have drafted 3 quarterbacks. Seneca Wallace, it was all right, you know what I mean? But then we drafted obviously Russell Wilson, who he was great in Seattle, and then we drafted Alex Magoo in the 6th round, and the guy was not good at all. I think he got cut at the end of the season or something like that. But wow, so the Seattle Seahawks lifestyle's predicated on like vets and stuff. I don't know what it is. Like it just seems like that. Well, when we had in the early 2000s, when we had the whole thing with Trent Dilfer and Matt Hasselbeck, and then you go back to the 90s, obviously Rick Meyer and shit like that, and John Freeze. I'm old. I remember all these fucking players. You know what I mean? Like these players were like, I just remember yesterday. I thought John Freeze was going to be our quarterback for years, and then we moved on from John Freeze, went on to John Kitna, and then from John Kitna we went on to I think who else did we play? Who we have? Obviously Warren Moon and shit like that. But yeah, like Cartman just said, man, we need to draft more quarterbacks. Like, I don't know what John Snyder has. Like, why is he so against the drafting quarterbacks? He just doesn't want to develop them. He just wants to win and fill up the seats. I get it, man. But at the same time, our fans are not even going to say no more, dude. Like, I love Seattle. Don't get me wrong, but downtown Seattle is starting to become it's a shithole. You know what I mean? I think Cartman, if you know what I'm talking about, it's become a shithole. It's not like how he used to be. It was a blue collar city. People worked, went home, and now it became a tech city. So all these tech people came in, and they weren't fans at all. And so when we drafted Russell Wilson, they were like, "Oh man, we just love Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is such a great guy. You know what? We're gonna buy season tickets." And as soon as we traded them, they were like, "Oh man, I'm not going to the games tomorrow. I'm gonna start selling my season tickets to these Bronco fans, these 49er fans, these like that's not how our stadium was back in the day." I get it, we're winning, but at the same time, I remember in the early 2000s, late 2000s and shit like that, I remember our stadium used to be packed no matter what the record. I remember we had Tavar Jackson, like that shit used to be loud. That shit used to be so loud. And now you can hear the fans in there, and it's embarrassing at the same time. Like, but it's all these fans that weren't like a part of these that are not real football fans. You know what I mean? They're part of those 12s. I'm a real Seahawks fan. I'm fuck the 12 shit. I hate that term. You know, I don't even like the 12th man. I'm just a Seahawks fan. I get it. That's our nickname, whatever. But I thought we should have went something a little bit more, you know, hardship, like the Legion of Boom. That was dope. You know what I mean? But yeah, something's up with this fan base where they're either selling their tickets and they're not giving a fuck more. just selling them all the time like that. You know what I mean? Making money off of it. Hey, you can do that. I choose to stay home and watch the game. I'll go to one game a year, 2 games a year, but that's about it though. And that shit's expensive. That's like a good for 2 tickets. That's jerseys, new fit, new hat, new everything, new jacket, depending on the season and stuff like that. Like, yo, it's a money market, and yeah, bro, tickets are ridiculous, man. Carmen, I'm gonna tell you something, man. When I was last year, I went to where we broke out the old school uniforms. I love the old school uniforms. I've been hearing rumors about us getting new uniforms this year, but I don't know if that's true or not. But I love those old school uniforms and shit like that. But yeah, I like Mariners games too. I go to Mariners games. I go to Seahawks games. I'm not really a big soccer fan or hockey fan, but I'll go. You know what I mean? I'm definitely a Husky. I'm a Huskies fan. Big Husky fans. Basketball, football. When the girls are in the playoffs too for softball, I'll watch that shit too. You know what I mean? I'm a big Husky fan, along with Seattle sports. They need to bring back the Sonics, man. But like what I'm saying, to back to this point, man, like it's not how it used to be, man. Like I get time changes and shit like that, but that stadium is like it's dude, there were so many Brown fans that came into that Brown stadium when we played the Browns, when we broke out that old school uniforms. And I just like, what the fuck? Now we're talking about the Browns, all right? The Cleveland Browns. And I met so many people that came from Cleveland. And you know Cleveland, they're not the greatest team ever. But they're the fucking most loyal, fans ever. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. We need to change some shit. Either Jody Allen needs to sell the team or something like that, because this is not how Paul Allen envisioned it. And if he would have seen what was happening, I think he'd be turning in his grave right now. But hey, it just and the Mariners suck too, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, dude. And the Mariners have all the all-star players, just like the Seahawks do, man. We got a lot of good players, but there's certain things that we don't have to make us a good team, like a good offensive line. Our defense is great, and I love Coach McDonald. He took our defense from a 29 to top 10. I think we're ranked exactly at top 10, but that's a huge leap. But what I want Mike McDonald to focus on the offensive side of the football. You know, instead of getting a D tackle in the first round, let's get an offensive line. Trade up if you have to. Like, let's quit with the bullshit, man. Gino doesn't have a lot of undertime and shit like that. This is what I remember about the 2005. This is why I love that team. That team was beautiful, even though we didn't win the Super Bowl with them. But if you think about that team back in 2004 to 2007, that offensive line was beautiful. I mean, that offensive line made Matt Hasselbeck look great. It would have so much time in the pocket. It was crazy. And we didn't have the best receivers. It was like Gerald Jackson and fucking DJ Hackett and Corin Robinson and my favorite player of all time, Bobby Ingram. Like, I'm an old school Seahawks fan, so a lot of Seahawks fans don't understand the term Bobby Ingram. What's up, Chicago Bears? But at the same time, like, I just wish that we would invest in our offensive line. So back to the offensive line back in those days, I think Sean Alexander rushed what was it, 2,000 yards behind, or no, 1,800 yards behind that line, right? And it was Walter Jones, Steve Hutchinson, Robert Tobeck, Chris Gray, and Sean Lockyer. And it was a dope offensive line, man. Like, but until it was time to pay up, Sean Alexander was like, you know what? I'm gonna get the money. So Steve Hutchinson left. And after that, guess what happened? Anyone guess? Offensive line didn't look the same after all. Sean Alexander didn't look the same after all. I think, matter of fact, the next year after that big contract we traded him to the Chiefs, I believe. But I don't know. I'm just fucking rambling on right now. But in the day, how lucky go. This is his last game as a Seahawk. I love Tyler Lockett. He's such a good guy, and he's a phenomenal player. Toe tap. Tyler Lockett, man, broke records. You know what I mean, with the team. He was there for the team to catch the toe taps, man. Like that game against the Rams was in 2019, where he had to come out and like Russell Wilson came outside the pocket and threw it, and I thought he was throwing it out bounds, and obviously they were so in synced as a duo, and that's what happens, man. But sad to see Tyler Lockett goes if he goes, man. I know he's in the real estate business, so I'm pretty sure that's what he would do if we decided to move on from him. DK as well. I don't know if this is DK's last game. Just a lot of fucking rumors. And what's his name, man? He's retarded, man. I'm not giving up Devin Witherspoon for no goddamn JJ McCarthy. Screw that noise. Like, fuck out of here. It was like what was the trade? Devin Witherspoon, Zach Charbonnet, and a fourth rounder for JJ McCarthy. Hell no. I'd maybe throw in a second rounder with Zach Charbonnet. And that's about it, though. You know what I mean? But anyways, yeah, we have a good one. I might go live at the end of this game, see what happens. Y'all have a beautiful day. Peace.